You jot down the current status on Legendary Clue 1. I guess we gotta go save the town now. And yeah, some of Calyrex's expressions are great. Yeah, look at the statue compared to what we just saw. I mean, maybe it's more akin to like the ghost type one or something. But like, it looks derpy in that statue. Calyrex was able to grow an ice root carrot from the seeds I planted in the field covered in snow. The center of the carrot lured Glastrier out, but ran off towards Freezington. I assume the ghost type one just looks like a ghostly version of the thing that we saw there, where it's like ghosty stuff instead of ice. And this derpy thing is just like unrelated or something. Let's go. Wait, I could probably just... Should I just fly over? Yes, let's go ahead and do that, methinks. Oh, that was quick. I was expecting there to be like a bit of a loading screen, but that's cool too. That works for me. I'll happily take no loading screen. My loyal steed is in danger in the villages, but I am too weak. Please, human child, I beg you, save the village. Oh, it's just there. So this is literally my first time seeing this because these steeds were like not announced before the Crown Tundra came out. This is just like a surprise. Hi. How dare you stand there menacingly? I think the design might be growing on me a little bit more now that I'm seeing it a little bit closer. Stop! Stop it. Get some help. Okay, yeah, I think it might actually be growing on me a bit more. Actually kind of semi-neat. Oh, do you have a unique battle theme? Glastrier. Ooh. Ooh, it's picking up in intensity. Last year's after your ice root carrot. Wait, do I not have to fight it? Do I just have to like throw it? You pissed it off with yelling stop. It is a dangerous steed. Wait, do I literally have to... Oh, I can't select it or anything. What was the point of telling me that's after my carrot then? It was level 75 apparently. I'm gonna start out with a freaking spirit shackle. Is what I'll do. Let's go ahead and do that. Do I have to try to catch it? Is the question of the day. I'm curious to see what the ghost type one looks like. I'm gonna be doing the freaking other mission first in shield version. So I won't even be able to see this for a while. I should have led with something that wasn't Raoul. My goodness. Well. Oh, perfect! And that doesn't affect Raoul because ghost type and stuff. So can I even... Oh, okay, well. Info. Wait. Can't escape. The Pokemon can't flee or be switched out. I just have to take it out then. Well, Sucker Punch. Raoul's gonna take you out. Goodbye. Neat. That would have been like the perfect HP amount to try to catch it, but I mean, oh well. Oh well, what you gonna do about it? Sweet, I'll take the level up. I'm not reading stuff like that out. I changed my mind. I'm going this way. Are you all right? Yes, I feel like something stepped in to save me because something did. You don't get to catch it, but here's a charm for your efforts. Got a tuft of white mane hair. And key items. Mane hair that belonged to the King of Bountiful Harvest beloved seed, Glastrier. The hair is strong and very flexible. Oh, kind visitor. How can I possibly thank you enough for saving the people of the village? Please don't ask for my weed as a reward. I had no idea that such a vicious Pokemon still existed in the Tundra. Why, it reminded me of that Pokemon in the fairy tales, the loyal steed of the king. Ah, but no doubt I am overthinking things. What is that you have there? Is that a tuft of white mane hair? In the fairy tales, it is said that by weaving the hair of the loyal steed together with a radiant blossom grown by the king, it is possible to create the reins of unity, which link the king with its steed. In fact, it was my own ancestors who used to weave the rings of unity, following an ancient tradition passed down over many years. Of course, I myself have never seen any kind of radiant flower, and the method of making the reins has also been lost to time. In any case, we can't spend all day musing over fairy tales. I must make plans and preparations. That Pokemon could well decide to pay us another visit after all. Thank you very much for your help, kind traveler. I'm gonna go hide behind the bushes again now. And to think, this is like one of 3 quests of like crazy legendary myth things going on in this area, in addition to like the stuff over there that's just like legendary hunting. This Crown Tundra is very interesting, to say the least. Have my thanks for protecting the village, human child. Were I at my full power, I could have tamed my steed and regained its loyalty. But weakened as I am now, the most I could do was influence its will and make it depart. If only I had the reins of unity, it would have allowed me to tame my steed in short order. We can make a set. What's that? We can make a set of reins with mane hair for my loyal steed? And a flower that I can grow? Flower. Yes, but of course. I had assumed that the humans stopped making the reins of unity because they had lost their faith in me. But it was because I lost the power to grow the material needed. I've spent far too long in holding my misguided assumptions, it seems. It's been many centuries since I was able to grow a radiant flower. Doing so drains much of my power. But for whatever reason, a fraction of my power seems to have returned to me just now. There's only one thing left to be done. Let the radiant flower bloom. Is he gonna bloom a flower from his head? Gonna shatter the earth and a whole flower's gonna come through the ground. Crown as bloomus. Take this, human child. It will give you cancer. But that's only a side effect. Tune the radiant pedestal. Or petal. I can't read! Single petal from the King of Bountiful Harvest gives you a radiant's faint light. That face, though. Shames me to admit it, but a whole flower is beyond me right now. I do not know if that petal will be enough, but I still must ask that you use it to try to create the reins of unity. The descendants of the family who once made the reins for me should still live in the village. Put my hopes on you, human child. Well, this is certainly something. Also, you came at a very interesting time, Mikey. Hope you're doing well today. At a very interesting time at the new DLC that dropped in Pokemon Sword and Shield. This is my first time seeing any of this, and it's wacky. What do you bet it's this house? What do you bet it's this house that we're looking for? There's a Cosmog in here? Oh, that's Foofy. I found it shivering outside the village and just had to bring it home. You know, I think it was just about when I found Foofy that other strange Pokemon began appearing in the tundra. Never seen a Pokemon like Foofy before. Maybe it'd be best for it to have a proper dependable trainer take care of it. Actually, I specifically had you in mind. Since you helped defend the village and all, you think you could take care of Foofy for me? What the heck? There's just a Cosmog here! Oh really? Thank you, dearie. That takes a weight off my shoulders. Aren't you happy too, Foofy? You're getting spoiled so hard. My oh my. There's just a Cosmog in this house! I was not expecting that. I just walked in this house to like check if it was the house that I was looking for. And little did I know there was gonna be a Cosmog just chilling there. I was not expecting that. Take good care of Foofy for me, dear. Wacky. Do you like walking around together with your favorite Pokemon? Yeah, sure do. Right, it's best to enjoy walking together all over the place. Besides, let your lead Pokemon walk around with you and... Oh! So you can turn it on and off here by saying yes or... That's cool. I like that. Hold on. Oh, I need to restore my Pokemon, like, right now. Cosmog. And yeah, just like other legendaries, it starts out with 3 perfect IVs. And it looks like we got defense, special defense, and speed. Weird. It's just a level 5 Cosmog. Just chilling. I should go restore my Raoul. Holy crap. Probably a good idea. Well, when it comes to like what house to go to like progress this quest, I guessed wrong. But we found a freaking Cosmog, apparently. Like the Xenoblade frames. Oh, what, the, like, camera overlay here? Yeah, we have Xenoblade Chronicles on left and right. Fire Emblem at the top, Legend of Zelda on the bottom. I'm glad that you like them, considering I drew them myself, actually. As a matter of fact. Like, I used direct references and did a kind of tracing thing for the left, right, and bottom, but the Sword of the Creator at the top from Fire Emblem Three Houses was like a completely original thing. I drew that before Fire Emblem Three Houses even released, and I only had like a couple reference images to go off of. So that isn't exactly like what the sword... That wasn't me knowing what the Sword of the Creator would look like when I drew it. That was my best interpretation of what I think it should look like, and it actually wound up being pretty close to like what it should be. Yeah, glad you like them. They took like stupidly long, especially that Sword of the Creator. I have a speed art of it somewhere on my YouTube channel, drawing that, and that was before I knew what layers were. That was before I even had a program that I could work with layers in. So I just wound up like taking 3,000 years to draw that without layers, and it was a massive pain. I drew that in freaking Windows Paint. Windows Paint 3D to be specific, which is a little bit better version of Paint. Yeah, so not MS Paint, but like Paint 3D, which is I have video evidence of it. Is the thing. So, the new MS Paint. I mean, Paint 3D has been around for a good while now, at this point. If I go down to, like, my whole speed art thing somewhere around here. If I go scroll down to that and then find the right thing. And then, hold on. I'm gonna turn the music off on that. Hold on. Whoa, wait. Beginning of this. And then freaking, where's Display Capture 2? Where is Display Capture 2? What? Right here. Literally Paint 3D. I put like starting dots to like show like how long it should roughly be, because the whole idea was drawing it as part of like my face cam overlay, essentially. So yeah, it's just like one of the videos on my YouTube channel from like last year before Three Houses released, as a matter of fact. Freaking Windows Paint 3D. Before I even could work in layers. So I tried to make it approximately the length that it should be. So like it's a little bit shorter than the actual Sword of the Creator would be, because I tried to make it a length that would like fit the face cam border as best as it could be. So that was like those two starting dots for like a reference. So like, you know, bit by bit that kind of came together and became, you know, what it's seen there. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, the sword extends into like a whip anyway. Is kind of thing. So yeah, it was kind of... I guess it does extend and retract. So yeah, that was kind of a massive pain in the butt to draw, to say the least. When I didn't know, like, how to use layers at the time, and this was a program that didn't have layers, so I just had to, like, draw in there and be, like, stupidly careful. Literally working pixels at a time. So, you know, thank goodness yeah, that's how it was filled. Yep. We don't talk about those days in my digital art life. We don't talk about them anymore. Oh, I guess I'll talk to you. Oh, hello again, savior of our village. Come to do some more reading. Not this time! You're getting mugged. I beg your pardon? You want me to make a set of Reins of Unity? Well, I say, that presents a bit of a problem. My dear great-granddad was still around. He'd been able to make you a set. But unfortunately, we've no one left who knows the traditional ways at this point. What's more, I doubt you have the flour you'd need to forge a set of reins. I got a pedal at least. Is that a pedal from a radiant flower? If so, would that not mean that the King of Bountiful Harvests has truly... No, I dare not hope. If I recall, my ancestors made Reins of Unity by following the ways passed down in fairy tales. There were two key materials, a flower and hairs from a Pokémon. But I'm afraid those old traditions have long since faded from memory. Still, how could I refuse a favor to such a kind and helpful guest? The materials, if you please. There you go, handed to the tuft of white mane hair and the radiant petal over to the mayor. Now time to cook these into a wonderful stew. I can't promise this will turn out as well as the ones my great-granddad would have made, but time to breathe life into the traditions of my village. To the little sparkle of the glasses. Harumph! I'm afraid it hasn't come out well at all! Fancy myself a crafty enough sort, but I suppose it'd take a craftsman of truly delicate technique to make such fine reins. Oh, please don't look so dejected. Dejected, I can't words. I'm very sorry. Truly, I am. Oi, Mr. Mayor. Hot water in my shower seems to have gone on holiday. Oh, yes, terribly sorry. I'll have a look at it soon. Oh, you're here too, Chief. Or are you in the middle of something? The pair of you seem awfully gloomy. Now, here's what happened. What, is that all? So all you need to do is make some nice cord? Pass me those materials for a mo. Alright, got my pedal, got my hair. Now what am I supposed to do with them? If I may be so bold, allow me to share a song that survives from the legends. It's called Wrecking Ball. No. Blossom woven round and round, a royal gift in maid's hair bound. Steady on, old bloke. That singing's a bit much. Oh well, I'll do for an answer. Yeah! All finished. Have a look. I think this'll do. Got a set of Reins of Unity. Put a set of the Reins of Unity in your bag to carry pocket. There we go, cords that shine when you hold them up to the light. The people of old times presented these to the king of bountiful harvest to express their gratitude. All more capable in your face, let's on. Racist much? No. These Reins of Unity are the splitting image of those of my family's tales. I don't sell all my dear rebellious daughter's clothes for nothing, you know. Even the explorer's outfit I gave you was handmade by yours truly, Chief. In any case. It seems you've got the Reins of Unity you need. Isn't that just smashing? Speaking of smashing, let's smash this flat screen TV behind me. Oh, okay, well, and how do you even say peony? I just say like peony like that. But yeah, question, how long have I been streaming? Right now, 3 hours, 8 minutes, 46 seconds. In general, about 2.5 years is what it is. Like, I started around, oh, cutscene, well, never mind. But I started around, like, beginning of 2018, essentially. Would you believe it? Caught myself falling asleep outside again. I was chilled to the bone, so I thought I'd warm myself up with a good hot shower at our base. But the water coming out was ice cold. But ultra mega surprised and jumped out. The shroom's kicking in. Human child, were you able to make the Reins of Unity? You bet. Oh joy, what glorious news. I have some good news of my own. I was finally able to track down my loyal steed. Glastria is making its home in the Crown Shrine. It is a place where my loyal steed and I spent much time together. I'd been avoiding the place as I feared I would get trapped in mine own nostalgia. Why has my loyal steed made the shrine its home? Is it reminiscing about our time together? No, it can't be. We hated one another. Crown Shrine stands majestically atop the mountain to the north. Bring the cat and the Reins of Unity and meet me there. Bring the cat and the Reins of Unity and meet me there. I don't know what I was expecting from the Crown Tundra DLC, but it was not this. Let me tell you right now, it was not this. Like, holy crap. I shall hasten there now, but you may come when you feel you are ready. I'm counting on you, child. He takes Peony with him. You jot down the current status on Legendary Clue 1. King of Bountiful Harvest. Jeez, this goes on longer than I thought it would. And this is just like 1 out of 3 legendary quests is what it is. Using the main hero I got by defeating the Pokemon that was once the King's Royal Steed, along with the Radiant Petal grown by Calyrex himself, I was able to recreate the Reins of Unity. Now I need to head to the Crown Shrine where the Steed's been living to meet up with Calyrex. So this is gonna be like the final encounter probably of this whole quest chain, probably. But yeah, that's handy how you turn off the overlays when the cutscenes start. Yeah, I don't want, it's for 2 reasons. One, for anybody who like actually wants to like enjoy the full cutscenes can then see the full cutscenes. And 2, then I have like a full background to use when I'm making thumbnails for when I cut this up into parts and upload it to YouTube later. So for those 2 reasons, it's very, very good. And I can typically just turn them back on like this, or if I want a fancier way to transition, I can technically do this. Is a thing that I can do if we want to transition over all fancy like, but I typically only do that when we're like on a screen like this, like my starting soon screen before my stream is started, and we just have some music playing or something like that, and there's like the little waveform that just adapts to any desktop audio, which is typically music at the time. And then when I transition over to the game to start, we do this with all the swords in their alternate glowing form is what we do. I don't have anything like that for the Doogie Cam because we don't always have the Doogie Cam on. That took me a while to set up and stuff. Satisfying. That is basically the process of an auto hotkey script. 101. I had to learn freaking auto hotkey to run stuff like that, but it was worth it. Definitely worth it to do that, let me tell you. When I was hosting tournaments for Fragapalooza and then later for the Celiac Society for Smash Bros, I worked on like transition stuff there. Like I downloaded transition assets online. And if I go to my frag layouts here, something really cool that I was really proud of when it comes to setting up stream layouts, this was the transition that I just got online. I had this layout where I can literally mark what stages are banned. So if they're like starting out with a Smash tournament and they're starting out a set, it's like, okay, coin flip. Person who won the coin flip gets to ban like a stage. Let's say they ban Battlefield, then bam, Battlefield is banned. And then the other person gets to ban 2 stages. So let's say they ban freaking Pokemon Stadium 2 and Town and City. Bam, they're banned. And then the person who won the coin flip gets to choose between Final Destination and Smashville. They choose Smashville. Bam, I can represent it all on my layout. I spend a long time working on the layouts that I work on. So like every single one of these has icons on my stream deck that I can easily turn on and off at any time for signifying which stages are banned. I don't know why Lilat is just already sucks at like that. And I designed like the X's and these little green squares myself as well. And this is like the layout between games. Ignore the fact that it says 8-0 right now, and I can edit the score there. This is the layout between games, and I can list any other commentators at the bottom. And then once the game actually starts, we do this, and then those scores line up perfectly at the bottom with like the players' characters and such, so that it looks like the Pokeballs that are rotating, which I drew and animated myself, which was a massive pain in the butt. Those Pokeballs that are rotating there are actually the same ones that are the channel points at the bottom of the Twitch chat, actually. Like the exact same drawings there. Animating them and rotating them with that perfect edge cut off so that they would be right behind like the player icons or the character icons was such a pain to do. And then like the number of like the score exists on top of that. Ignore the fact that like one is 8 and the other is 0 right now. And then I can update the names with another script that I use here. They can be updated in real time. I can switch the names back and forth if need be. And then once the match is over, we go ahead and switch back to this screen. And everything's a-okay. If it's a 2v2 tournament instead of a 1v1, then I have a different layout specifically for that, where the score is at the top so that you can list like 2 player names on each side. And I also have buttons to choose like what team color everybody is. So I can literally choose any color for all 4 of them, or between like all 4 of the color options for all the teams in Smash. I can literally turn any one of them on to signify like who's on what side. So to say the least, well, if I transition over here properly to what it should be. To say the least, I put a lot of time into layouts and stuff like that. Even though most of my layouts are very, like, simple and bare bones like this, at the end of the day, I, you know, spend quite a lot of time on my layouts. But yeah, I used auto hotkey when you were annotating face shapes. They had a website where can I not fast travel here? What? Is it because I'm, like, am I inside a building still? Wait. Can you not hold on. Hold on, wait a second. Whoa, wait. Okay, so you can fly to these points, but not this one. Oh, man, I have to literally go all the way around. Oh, that's annoying. Well, I guess we're biking now. But yeah, I had a website where they fill in the bubbles. You made a bunch of hotkeys to click on and reach it on the screen where the bubbles were. Went home earlier. And blah, then everyone else getting the images done. Auto hotkey can be a very handy thing to be able to use, especially for like stream related stuff. Also, that's so dope. I spent the past 2 minutes looking for that emote. What, the Pokeball? I might have it as like a Franker face or better TTV thing, potentially. I'll see if it's here under all the ones. No, there's my old Pokeball design. It looks like my old Pokeball design exists in Franker face, but like the current one that's used for the channel points and the one that's used in that layout is like my new Pokeball design that's like better and more centered and stuff. I mean, different styles, I guess. But yeah. Oh no, the thumbs up, that makes more sense. Suck at Twitch. Don't worry about that. But yeah, you found the right emote eventually. That's the important thing. But yeah, I think when it comes to layout design, the layouts that I'm most proud of are the ones for my Smash tournaments. And I don't even do a whole lot of Smash events nowadays. Nowadays, it's more of like time to time. I used to do them like way more frequently, but then I got kind of tired of doing them, is the thing. But yeah, I mostly designed that for Fragapalooza. Fragapalooza is typically a local event, and yeah, the Dieteritas there's pretty cute. Fragapalooza is like a local event that goes on like in my city and area, where it's like it's basically a big LAN gaming party for like 4 days, and they have a whole bunch of tournaments like during that event, including Smash Bros. And Was that for Absol or for the doggy back there? I assume Absol in the game here. But Fragapalooza, I went to Fragapalooza for the first time last year. And, like, I got to know, like, some of the staff through that and such. So, this year, Fragapalooza couldn't happen locally because of COVID-19 and it had to happen online. So, after I offered, like, earlier in the year, they wound up reaching out to me for help with their Smash tournaments. Because I was like, hey, this is something that I work with, it's something I do, I'd be happy to, like, help out with and host, like, the Smash tournaments. So this year, for this thing that had, like, over 100 people registering in the Smash tournament, though there were quite a few DQs, and this kind of semi-big event-ish for gaming locally, it was literally on my channel, and here with my layouts and stuff that I designed and threw all together, that event was hosted, and that was probably the biggest Smash tournament I've ever hosted, and it was actually, like, really cool, and it was an honor to be able to do that. And it's possible that I might be able to help out with, like, future frags in the, well, future. Whether they be locally or online. We shall see. Because, yeah, I've offered to help them out with that, so I might potentially be involved with that in future years. We shall see, but I had fun this past year, to say the least. Definitely had fun with that. Jeez, these caves are crazy. But yeah, it was really cool, to say the least. I was really glad for the opportunity to be able to do that. Something I have mentioned to the frag staff is now that Mario Kart Home Circuit is a thing that exists with these RC cars and stuff like that, is that I would very much, if frag is happening, like, in person next year, in this, like, big rec center area, is typically where it happens, and in this gym, where we set up, like, countless rows of tables and stuff. If it does happen locally next year, I would like to host a tournament for that RC Mario Kart, because you can play with up to 4 people at once. So if frag is happening locally next year, I'm gonna see if I can persuade them to let me host Smash and Mario Kart Home Circuit. I'll see if I can, because that'd be really cool. Oh, Snom! I would love that. Oh, and Frostmoth, and more Snoms! This is literally, like, the best place ever! My goodness. But yeah, if frag is in person next year and I get to host freaking Smash and Mario Kart, that'd be so cool. That'd be so neat. But that's a year away from now. Like, next year, August, so long time to go before then. Is it just me, or is that just a wall with, like, no inside? It's kind of what it looked like for a second. That's kind of what it looks like. Wait. Yeah, it's just like a big archway. Because I thought it was a building. It's just an archway. Well, Peony's just over there. But yeah, when I host, where did the donations go? Like, in terms of me hosting that event, anybody, like, giving bits here is still to hear. How they had it for Fragapalooza is they had an official Fragapalooza Twitch channel, and they had, like, multiple events going on at once on different Twitch streams, where when it's done locally, it would be there locally. They'd have a few different events going on at once. So typically they would have something going on the main frag stream, and they would, like, tune into my stream on their stream for, like, a couple hours, essentially. And then they go back to what they were doing, or they go over to another stream who's hosting another official frag event or something like that. Is what it was. So it was kind of hopping around like that. And the frag stream, that for, like, several hours at a time would literally just be watching my stream, had, like, probably 4 times the viewers that my stream did, even though my stream was, like, the one that was actually hosting the event and the place where you could actually talk to the commentators, when the frag stream wasn't that, since it was just watching my stream. So, it was, you know, my stream itself didn't get a whole lot of attention, but, like, basically the frag stream itself is like watching my channel stream from time to time while the event went on. But also, there wasn't a whole lot of organization behind it. Basically, the whole tournament, the whole 100+ person tournament, I mean, much less than that if you count all the DQs, was run by 3 people. Me, my co-commentator, and, like, the staff member from Frag who we were, like, talking with to, like, organize the whole event. And I was the one that had, like, the most technical knowledge behind the whole thing, essentially. So, the 3 of us, like, the one staff member of Frag was frantically trying to do all the things behind the scenes. Me and my co-commentator were trying to do all the things, like, on the stream itself, as well as helping to, like, manage the bracket and solve any disputes and stuff like that. It was hectic. 3 people to manage a freaking 100+ person Smash tournament is like no bueno, let me tell you. But we got it done at the end of the day. Despite all the craziness, we got it done. I should probably save here. Wait, I'm gonna switch to somebody else first. It's probably gonna be a battle here against that other horse. Dude, thanks for talking to me a bit. It's 1 AM right now, so you gotta get to bed. Alrighty. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. Actually, you're gonna oh, because it's probably the final battle here. Okay, so if it's an ice horse, maybe I'll do this for now. Yeah, just to see what's going on here. I'm gonna save. Is what I'll do. Alright, let's see. Final encounter of this quest line.